All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. I believe this is Webinar Wednesday 70. We've had 70 episodes of Webinar Wednesday, and you can catch all the webinars in our blog if you go to brilliantdirectories.com/blog. We do add them there regularly, along with marketing tips for membership websites and other segments from the webinars as well. So you can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/blog. And you can dive into some really awesome content there. I want to say hi to some of our friends out there. Arlana, thanks for taking the time to join us in the webinar today. Barry, all the way from the UK, good to see you as well. We also have Lindsay, highly active in the Facebook group, one of our all-stars in there. Welcome, Lindsay, to the webinar, also from the UK. And also hi to VJ and Terry, another all-star there in the Facebook group. And some new names here. Tanikia, welcome. Shan, welcome to the webinar. Rusty and Patricia, welcome to the webinar. We also have one of our favorites here. Rick is in the webinar with us here today as well. All right, let's dive right into it here. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I'm Jason there on the left, and we're lucky to be joined by Rick Martinez, one of the support specialists here at Brilliant Directories. Rick, thanks for taking the time to join us in the webinar today.
Hey, hello, Jason. Hello, everyone. Super happy to be here.
Yeah, for sure. We got some really awesome topics to cover, so let's move forward with it. And we are streaming this in our Facebook group, but if you're watching this in one of the replays and you're not a member of our Facebook group, we do always invite you to join us. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook, and it's a great place to continue the conversations in between webinars there. So you can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and go ahead and click on the join button and start participating in the discussions. And also for those of you joining for the first time, what is Webinar Wednesday? What's the purpose of it? Well, this is episode 70, so we've been doing it for quite some time now, and it's really a great venue and place to talk about marketing strategy for your membership website, especially because everyone has such different ideas. We can talk about it both on a very specific level and on a global level for your online community. These days, it's very easy to launch a website using themes, templates, and whatnot. But really growing a community does require some strategy and focus on your website. So we cover topics such as increasing your traffic, how to convert visitors into paying members, identifying revenue opportunities for your specific industry, and one of my favorites is how to improve your website's navigation to make it easier to get people to do what you want them to do on your website, whether it's fill out a form, click a button, sign up for something. The navigation, I feel, is one of the most important things and can help you with your conversion. So if you got questions on any of these topics, jot them down, save them. We're going to get to them in just a few moments. All right, as always, we have a small handful of BD lab updates. These guys in the development department and the customer support department are always identifying new things that we can do to improve and add to the software. A lot of them are thanks to you guys and the recommendations you make in the Facebook group. So today we're just going to show a couple of them here. The first one is the ability to now sort your member search results by random order, and I'm going to show you where you can edit this. So for the first one, let's hop on over to the dashboard area. And under Content, Edit Post Settings, we're going to want to come down to the listing one. It's usually the one closer to the bottom here. These are your member listings. And we want to toggle on over to Search Results Design. So these are your member search results. These are some settings you can put in here, like how many results per page and other things like that. But what we want to do is come on down further and order results by. So you have some options here. It will respect the search priority that you've set in the membership level settings. So if you want your premium members to always show ahead of your lower tiered members or basic members, you certainly can do that and set that in the settings for each membership level. But after that, so let's say we're looking at all the premium members, Then how do we want the default order to be? So it could be by their name, A to Z, Z to A. It can even be by who has the most reviews. And there is a new one here, random. And what's really cool about the random one is if you have premium members and they're all paying you the same amount of money, with the random feature, if they're going to be, let's say you do a search on a site for, like Los Angeles doctor or something simple like that, all the premium members, if it's random, the order they'll show in the results will change for each website visitor. So that'll give everyone an opportunity to be at the top of the results at a certain time, because the system is just going to randomly organize those members. So it's a good way. If it's A to Z, then the person with the letter A in their name is always going to show at the top, even though they're all premium members. So you may or may not want to take advantage of that option there, but it is there for you, and it can help add a little more value to your members with the opportunity for them to show at the top of your search results from time to time. All right, this next one is actually a design setting, and it's thanks to our friend Johnny in the Facebook group. It was a request for a design setting to either show or hide the totals in the profile page tabs. And let me show you what I'm referring to here, guys. Let me go to a page. Let me show you what it looks like first. And then I could show you how to remove it. So here's somebody's profile page, and we can see here it says that they have 2 events and 2 job postings. So now there is a setting where you can choose to hide this total number on your website for all the member profile pages. Let me show you where you would do that, and let me start at the dashboard again. And actually looking at it now, and I've seen it used on a couple sites, it actually does help the profile pages look a little cleaner. The count is helpful there, so it really is personal preference. So this is going to be in the additional design settings, and I think I've said this before, we keep adding so many settings, we're going to have to create a whole new module block here to kind of separate some of the settings that correlate to each other. So over here we have something called display tab totals. That's referencing exactly what I showed you, the tabs on the member profile pages. I'm going to go ahead and set this to no and save my changes. And that's done. And just to make sure I see my changes, I'm going to refresh the cache. It usually helps expedite changes. Instead of taking 30 seconds sometimes, it can make it take 5 seconds. So we'll look at these numbers here, and I just refreshed the page. So now we don't see the numbers next to these tabs, events and jobs. It just shows the name. So this is another way to kind of clean up some of your membership levels. Or if members aren't posting high volumes of content, they just have one article or one photo album, it's not really helpful to just show the number 1 or 2 there. It's really when the numbers are much higher that a member can feel proud of the content that's in that tab. So when your site's just starting out, you might want to get rid of those numbers, and when your site's more seasoned and members have added lots of content, it'll help make their profiles look a bit richer. You can then definitely go ahead and add that back. The next one is in reference to the chat message, the private chat messages add-on. This was an add-on we released a few months ago. Let me just, all right, so we had this add-on, it was released. And what we didn't do, just so we can get it out there quicker, the actual the colors wouldn't match the theme colors. It would always just use the default colors, which were a mix of light grays. But now if you guys are utilizing the private chat messages add-on, it will match the theme colors you've set in your design settings. And I'll show you guys an example here. We were just testing it with a site that has darker colors here. So before these would be like light gray modules, and it didn't really look good on sites that had contrasting colors like this, but we can see here now that it is matching. And you can go ahead and I love this add-on because it lets you directly chat with other members on your site without them leaving. And every time a message is sent, they get an email notification with a link so they can just click right back into the chat and respond to the member. So I'll just do a quick message there. And it's pretty cool. One of the things I really like about this is it keeps members on your site. So from an SEO perspective, that's lower bounce rates, more page views, and all those good indicators that Google looks at to ensure that your site is something of value for the people who are visiting it. So if you're not using the chat messages, you may want to consider it if your site is open to members and visitors contacting members through your site. All right, cool. Another add-on related one, and we also mentioned this. Lindsay was asking about it in the Facebook group a couple days ago. The profile cover photo add-on is being released in a week or two, probably closer to a week. Seems to be working fine and smooth. We are holding a couple things back for a phase 2 so we can get this out as quickly as possible. So I wanted to show you guys how the profile cover photo add-on works. And if you have the VIP add-ons club, everything I'm showing you will be available to you right away as soon as the add-on is released. If not, you can always purchase it a la carte and have it added to your site. So let's dive right into where the settings are. So first, when this is enabled on your site, just like you choose the members that can have profile photos and logo photos, you're going to choose which membership levels can have the profile cover photo. So let me show you where that's going to be. I'll start again in the dashboard. And I'm getting a few messages here. Let me send the link to the private member chat also. A couple people are asking about it. And let me just do something. Raise your hand if you are anticipating the profile cover photo add-on. Just go ahead and use the raise your hand feature. Just want to get a sense of who's been waiting for this or who's just hearing about it for the first time. Terry and Tyler and VJ say they have been waiting for this. Peter and Lindsay and Michelle, Jeff, JL, awesome. What I think this is going to do is, I don't think it's absolutely necessary to have this on a directory site, but the value that it has is it allows either business members or personal member profiles to really give their profile pages a personality, and it makes your directory a little more sticky, more of a sticky product. What that means as a sticky product is they're investing in maybe finding the profile cover. They're not going to want to leave your site because they've invested at adding assets to their profiles, decorating profiles. So they really have a lot to lose by leaving your directory, the more that you get them to add content to their directory. That's one reason it's hard to leave Facebook is you've added all your photos in there from all these years. Sure, you can go and download them one by one, but you're not just going to switch social media platforms and download all your images and then re-upload them. So they've created, in that sense, a sticky product where it's basically kind of hard to leave. So this is another way to make your website like a sticky product and add a personal touch. So good stuff. Let me lower everyone's hands now. Thanks for letting us know. So what you want to do is go to Manage Products. And once you're there, in this case, we'll edit the premium membership level that we have. And from here, you want to go to the profile settings. So here, as you all know, you can choose if the member can have the contact details, enter listing details, but down here are the ones we're used to: enable profile photo upload, enable logo upload, and then here's the new one you're going to see: enable profile cover photo. So by default, it'll be set to no when it's installed on your site. So you have to go in there and actually activate it for the membership levels that will have this ability, but you can come here and in one click you can set it to yes, and I'll go ahead and save those changes. Now for the cool stuff. Let's go to a member's profile page. So let's just go back. And I'm actually logged in here as this member. And I'll go to edit listing. So members in their dashboard, and they're going to click on profile photo. So here's the profile photo, the profile logo. They're going to have this new module down here, the profile cover photo, and generally it's a horizontal photo. So this is a text label, so you can change what this says, but it basically encourages the member to upload a rectangle as the photo, and once they see it on their profile page, they can play with the image and get the right look that they want. So what you're going to want to do, the member can do, is just click on upload profile cover photo, choose this, and I have a image set that's kind of perfect for this. It's like a nice horizontal image, and I'll confirm my upload. Perfect, and it should be done now. So if we go to the public profile, you can see that now there is a cover photo here. And I have this edit listing button here because I'm logged into my own account. So let me just log out. Let's see what it looks like with so this is what a regular visitor will see. And again, it can be anything. It can be rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and whatever the member's personality is. Maybe it's a collage of their work if they're an artist. So when you come to the page, maybe it's the storefront. If it's a restaurant, they can put pictures of food, whatever the member's imagination is, and it'll allow them to capture and engage with website visitors. Your website visitors will like it too because it's more eye candy for them as they're cruising around your website. All right, good stuff there. And here's a picture of what the cover shot looks like there. All right, moving on. We have a great segment here from Rick's Corner. It's a common question we get. We have covered it slightly in other webinars, but we have a better way to present on this this time. It's how to create additional pricing pages for different product groups that you might have on your site. And this could be maybe different types of membership levels and packages you're trying to group together. And now with the Sell Digital Downloads add-on, I've seen people create pricing pages for the different the digital products that they're selling. So they're cloning their membership pricing page and then using the new pricing page for presenting the digital products that they're offering. So Rick, we're starting to see this question more and more in the support department, and I think you got more information on it for us.
Yes, Jason. So hello again. But you're right. The amount of questions that we get related to how to add more ways in which people can register to a website do come quite often. So it is something that people are wondering, and we're happy to use this space to show people out there how it's done. So like you were saying, it's useful in different ways. You can add additional membership levels or products, right? Member products. You can also add the digital products, which are the add-on that's also offered by Brilliant Directories. So you should be able to see the basic default join page for Brilliant Directories website.
Perfect starting point right here. Yep.
Okay, excellent. So again, one other scenario in which this tip is going to be useful is if you want to add additional membership levels. So if you sometimes we get this question and it's like, how many should I add? Like, should I add 5 or 7, right? And when you think about it, and this is something that Jason likes to talk about as well, is you don't want to add too many options here because it could confuse the potential buyer, right? The potential member of your website. So at that point, if you have several membership levels that you're thinking about adding to this page, it's even better if you could create another join page, right? And the basic tip that we're going to go over right now, it's how easy that is and how easy it is to simply clone a pricing menu. So let's go ahead and jump to it. Jason, what you want to do first is that you want to clone the pricing page menu, right? So we want to go to the toolbox and open up the menu manager. Now here, by default, these are the menus that should show up. And what we're going to be doing is cloning this one called the pricing page menu. So let's go ahead and click clone here. Yes, we want to continue. All right, so it's basically like a two-step process, right? Because what we're doing right now is basically just, again, cloning the default version. And if we use this default pricing menu as it is, we might not end up with the results that we're expecting, but we can get to that in just a second, right? What we're going to do now is just basically call this pricing menu onto a new static page. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and copy the name, right? This is the system name. This is what we need. And I'm going to jump over here to the content section, and I'm going to click edit web pages. What this allows me to do is to create a static page where I'm going to call this new pricing menu onto. So let's go ahead and click here, which is new web page. All right, this is going to be the new pricing page. New pricing page. Okay, and what I'm going to use here is the shortcode, right? Menu equals, and then the name of the menu. So of course we can change the name of the menu, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But for now, let's just go ahead and save this. All right, so, all right, the new page has been created with this new URL, and we just call it the new pricing page. So let's go ahead and check that out, see what happens. All right, so there you go. This is what we were not expecting, right, Jason?
Yeah, Rick, what's up with the pricing page? I thought we just cloned it and it's not looking the way I need it to.
Yeah, that's exactly the question. And the reason why is you're missing a CSS class. So it's super easy to fix. I'm going to show you in just a second how you go about doing that. And basically that class, or what I mean by this, is the style that's missing that's going to allow this to display the exact same way in which the new pricing page does. So let me go ahead and jump over here. I need to go to the menu again. So let's go to the toolbox and open up the menu manager. So here in the menu manager, we're going to go ahead and edit the pricing page menu clone, which is the one that we just created. Let's go ahead and click edit here. All right. Here, this option, actions, allows me to edit the menu, right, which is what we need to do now. And here, under menu CSS class, we can actually add the class that will give all the style that the other page has that this one is currently lacking. Now the class is very straightforward. It's pricing underscore menu, right? We can also, if you want at this point, you can go ahead and change the system name. Now bear in mind that if you do that, then you just have to go back to the new page that we created and update the name there as well, right? Because else it's not going to work. So for now, we're just going to leave it as is. But bear in mind that this is the same place where you can go ahead and change that name. All right, let's click save and continue. All right, and that was basically it. That's the whole process. You just simply have to have.
So let's see it with the save CSS class now. Let's see if that fixes it.
All right, so this is the one that we were editing. Let's go ahead and refresh. Hey, there you go.
But yeah, super value there. What's really cool about cloning your pricing pages, guys, the real tip here is you can segment different membership products, different membership packages. I know a site that focuses on lawyers and also expert witnesses, people who give expert witness testimony. So it's a site to find both, but they have separate sign-up pages for the lawyers and separate sign-up pages for the expert witnesses. Actually, let me show you how they're doing it. I'm going to take back the controls here, Rick. So here's an example on a site called iLaw Connect, and what they have is you click on list your practice, but when you come here, they've created this little module here, and it says create your attorney listing, create your expert witness listing, and when you click on, for example, create attorney listing, here they have the two different plans for the attorney, the basic and the professional attorney listing, and what they've actually done is the expert witness listing, they're taking them directly to the free registration page. They actually do some of their upselling after the fact that an expert witness registers for free. So they get them directly to sign up. You can see they're using the confidence boosters here in the left side. If I was an expert witness, I have no reason not to sign up to this site. All the benefits are listed there. And actually, sorry, it's not a free sign up. It's just one plan, $449 per year in this example. So they don't even need a second membership level page, but we can see how if they did have one, segmenting two different types of members on your site can be very helpful, and you could have multiple pricing pages to accommodate that. All right, good stuff there, Rick. Thanks so much on presenting that.
All right, thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate it.
Sure thing, sure thing.
Jason, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Is this CJ?
This is CJ.
Hey, CJ, welcome to the webinar. Great to hear from you.
I join in from time to time, but I'm actually working on my site. It's been a while. I know that's my bad. And I did have a question about the mobile version, right? When I've noticed most of my users are now just pulling up this site on their phone from the social media links I'm sharing. And I wanted to touch base with you on something I noticed.
Sure. Do you want to share your site? We could use it as an example to take a look at.
Of course, that's awesome. So Costa Rica Locations.com.
Okay. And what is the purpose of the site, or the focus of it?
So it's a real estate agent directory
Okay.
for Costa Rica.
Okay, great. So, okay, here we are on your site. Great images, great use of color here. And you're talking about something on mobile devices.
Yes. So when I go into mobile version, like I just shrink my screen here, the
Sure,
window,
sure. Here we go. So
and
it's shrunken screen
uh,
now.
so if we go into a property search result page,
Okay.
because they can search for properties, my concern is the user experience because I need to scroll all the way down to get to the search engine, the filter. And so I'm automatically being displayed with something that I wasn't looking for. You know, what if it's not for rent, for sale, or in the area that I'm interested? And then how would people know to scroll all the way down to
I'm with
get
you.
to that and filter?
I'm with
Thank you.
you. And I got you back on this one. Okay. Let me do a couple things for you. One, I would restore the default code. We have updated code for the search results design. I think it's much better. Do you mind if I go ahead and do that?
Yes, and that's why I mentioned I've been working on my site.
No
I can
worries.
trust you to be,
Okay.
running everything ship shape, but this
So
is my bad.
no problem. So if you haven't done, if you're a person who really hasn't edited the code on your search results pages, probably 90% of everyone, probably from time to time, and when I say that, maybe a couple times per year, we'll update the code in the search results to kind of just be more modern, or it includes more elements and things like that. In this case, and I'll do it before and after, we did update this about 6 months ago, and I'll go to properties for the edit post settings. And I'll edit this,
Okay.
and I'm going to restore the default code for the search results design. And again, if you have custom code, you don't want to do this, but if you're just always using our default code, it's never a bad thing to restore the default code. And again, it's just a couple times per year we might make modifications to it, unless we make like an announcement in a webinar or in a newsletter. So let me just do it before and after here. I'll duplicate this tab. Okay, great. So the reason this view is a little bit better, and you can look at our demo site, CJ, you can go to the properties demo, and you may want to use icons in addition to these here. For these,
Okay.
these are just text labels that you can add icons to. But here you can see the image is a little larger. You get a lot more information just looking at the image, like for rent, residential, the prices here. And also on mobile, this actually shows a little bit better. So it shows for rent, residential, and the price, and then the bedrooms and bathrooms are down here. So that's number one that's been updated. Number two is you want,
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you. I noticed that. I actually did, and I thought they had customized some, tweaked it with some CSS that I just, thank you guys, and I'll be running those updates. Yeah,
so the next
nothing
thing
custom.
is you want, in this case, you want your property search to show on mobile at the top. So what we can do is I'm just doing the show widgets, and I'm going to get the name of the property search widget, which is this one, Bootstrap Theme Module Property Search. And actually in the same place, in the header of your search result, I'm going to be putting that widget. We're also loading another widget here, but I'll do this one. Widget equals, and I'm just going to paste that in there. Now I do need to do one more thing so it only shows on mobile. I have to do div class, and this
An if
is,
class. Uh-huh.
well, it's just going to be hidden on SM, that's small monitors. XS is extra small monitors, so we want it to show on mobile. So I'm going to hide it on small monitors, hidden MD, which is medium-sized monitors, and hidden on LG. It's like the story of the three bears. So we're going to just put that widget in the div. And basically what I'm telling the system to do is this widget's going to render, but because it's inside this div that says hidden SM, hidden MD, hidden LG, it's going to be hidden on everything except on XS monitors. If I wanted it hidden on smaller monitors, I would do hidden XS. And then I'm also just going to put it just for design-wise in HR. That's just a solid line. And okay, great. I'll go ahead and save the changes now. So if we come back to your search results page, so we shouldn't see it on the regular layout. I'll just refresh the page. But if I go back to the mobile view, I'll just get rid of this sidebar as well. So if I go to a mobile view now, we should see, let me just refresh the page here. Okay, great. So now you'll have this at the top here, and actually we could put, it's just in this case the property is like a pretty tall search. So
Correct.
just depending on what your goals are, maybe you want to work with a developer to put this like in an accordion, so people click on it and then it expands open rather than starting in the open stage by default. But as far as now is here, you do have the property search at the top of your search results. So
Okay.
you
In the
can.
meantime, I just thought of a great workaround though, because I'll add some custom content that I can edit that on the top above the widget to just kind of guide the
Sure.
user into knowing what's going to scroll down, what they're going to scroll down to. Like, I'll figure it out. Jason, you guys are awesome. This rocks. I was holding my breath the whole time.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's looking great. So I just want to give a special shout out and thank you to the guys at BD Blocks. You guys are great marketplace developers, and it's cool to see that you're building a plugin like this as well. If you haven't already done so, if you want to get on their list for the free product, and Esteban, let me unmute your microphone one more time. This is going to be a free product, and do you have an expected release date for this?
We should have a finished block list by Friday latest, but maybe tomorrow in the night this should be going out officially.
All right. Well, we'll just say next week then. All right. And no, thanks Esteban for joining. Excited to see what type of pages people build with that. And Rick, thanks a lot for covering the pricing page thing. And the profile cover photo is being released soon. Lots of updates the last couple weeks. The next webinar is in 2 weeks. So between now and then, if you would like, you can join our Facebook group, brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook, and we can happily continue the conversation there. So on behalf of myself, Rick, Esteban from BD Blocks, and then the entire Brilliant Directories team, have an awesome week and a productive day, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks in the next webinar. Take care, guys.